Hello, we continue about the computer vision and deep learning, and we discuss about some basic. So we review what we say in the previous video, and we going to reinforcement learning for deep learning. We go for some definition about artificial intelligence, machine learning. Reinforcement learning, deep learning, transfer learning, and fine tuning, OpenCV, image processing, some basic image color space, RGB and HSV, image transformation, image quality. PSNR and SSIM is the two famous methods to compare two images. Threshold length used to separate histogram, active contour, image parameter, category of image parameter, motion estimation, optical flow, comparison object detection in the computer vision, and later on we will discuss about the object detection in deep learning. SIFT, one of the famous methods in object detection for the computer vision. Image and video stabilization, camera calibration, intrinsic and extrinsic parameters for camera calibration, category for camera calibration, and the chessboard as a calibration pattern that's used in many different applications. Background subtraction, video analytics, video tracking, SLAM, Kalman filter, image processing, and deep learning. In the deep learning, we explain supervised learning, and now we move to deep reinforcement learning. For the supervised, we explain this. Then input, some preprocessing and data augmentation, convolutional layer, activation function, max pooling, dropout, object detection, and comparison between different object detection. The fastest one is YOLO, has a 3 version, YOLO 1, 2, 3. Now we go to the style transfer, transfer the image to the some trained images. For example, the model trained based on this different painting, and turn your image, your webcam to the new style based on this trained model. Okay, now reinforcement learning. Deep reinforcement learning use agent and based on the action, change the environment, get the reward and change the state. So through a lot of trial and error, understand the best action for this environment. And here a category of different algorithms for reinforcement learning. Here the name of many different algorithms. Some application can be used in many different applications. DeepMind is a company that works on the deep reinforcement learning. It's produced a lot of algorithm, is very good at, for example, game Go, and also StarCraft 2. It's a lot of news in this area for this company. There is a several link for the MATLAB and also YouTube. There is a lot of tutorial in this area. Okay, now we go for unsupervised learning. And we explain autoencoder. In autoencoder, we have an input image and we want the output image as the same that input. So the network try to compress and decompress the image to get the same image. So reduce the size, reduce the image, encode the data, reduce the dimension, and in many different areas they can use. Okay, we explain GAN is combination of the two networks. One of them try to understand the network, another one try to create that image. Lots of image and application. For example, by drawing this, automatically generate this image or increase the resolution of the image or generate the fake face, fake news or something like this. It's usable. Okay, we talk about the tools, pre-trained model, and how you train your deep learning model. About the tools and library. For the framework, we have three famous frameworks: TensorFlow from Google, Pytorch from Facebook, and XAVIER from University of Berkeley. For the AutoML, automatically hyperparameter tuning for your model. Every company has a different AutoML. Google, Amazon, Microsoft, and many different companies. Also a lot of open source library for AutoML you can use. For the deep reinforcement learning, you can use OpenAI Gym, and DeepMind Lab is open source. You can implement your deep reinforcement learning on these two environments. Pre-trained model, already a lot of train model available. You can download and use it in your application based on your need. Maybe you don't need to train by your own. Somebody trained the model, for example, to detect the car, recognize the face, age, gender, and many different model already available. From these 3 URL, you can go from the zoo model. You can find your best model based on your need and extend and train it based on your need. Okay, we talk about data augmentation. Data augmentation is a technique to increase your data set in order to better training your deep learning model. I will discuss later in the next video.